blondies.
Stock up on these delicious blondies. They'll keep for up to a week, and it's a great way of getting ahead if you're expecting guests round. First off, melt the butter for the mixture. We've had hundreds and hundreds of brownies. The sort of white chocolate version, i.e. blondies, are amazing. A little bit more subtle. Keep a little knob of butter for the end, just to grease your baking tray. Turn the gas down and gently melt that butter. Cast the sugar into the bowl. Just give that butter a little whisk. It sort of makes the mixture a little bit lighter, slightly fluffy. Off with the gas. A pinch of salt in the sugar. Then make a little well in the middle and sort of whisk. You can see it's already gone nice and blonde. Love it. Give that a really good mix. And the secret with the butter being slightly warm, sort of, it melts the sugar. Get it nice and smooth. Lovely. A teaspoon of vanilla extract in. Next, lightly whisk in 2 whole eggs. Just give them a little beat. This is such a delicious recipe, yet so simple. Whisk in the eggs, looking for that nice, sort of rich, textured, smooth paste. You can see why we call these blondies. Beautiful. Next, a teaspoon of baking powder. Baking powder in. Then half a teaspoon of baking soda. That aerates the mixture and gives it that little tartness. You'll see this sort of rise instantly the minute they hit the oven. And then your flour. Whisk with one hand and just slowly add half the flour first. Get that all mixed up. Make sure that mixture is really nice and smooth. Check it occasionally. No lumps. Half the flour in and then the other half in. You'll feel it sort of almost go nice and firm. And that's why it's so important to add the flour in stages. It stops the mixture going lumpy. It should be just dropping off the whisk. Beautiful. Change over from a whisk to a spoon. Next, I want some texture, some nice sweet chewiness to the blondies. Dried cranberries. They bake beautifully, but it gives the blondie a really nice sort of chewy sweetness in the center. Next, my white chocolate. I'm not going to grate it, I'm going to chop it up. Just slice it like little bits of shrapnel. I want the chocolate like little matchsticks dotted around. Now, chocolate in. Lovely. Fold that in. I want a nice, even distribution of those wonderful dried cranberries. Don't over-mix it. I don't want to break up that chocolate. A nice, even mix of cranberries and chocolate. You can see the chocolate. There'll be parts of the chocolate in the oven that will actually melt. There'll be like little pools of white melted chocolate in the center. Now, baking tray. Small little knob of butter. I'm going to grease the baking tray and line it with some greaseproof paper and just overextend it. Shiny side out, dull side hits the bottom of the tray. In. Greaseproof allows me to maximize on the white chocolate inside the mix. No greaseproof paper, the chocolate can melt and almost stick to the tray, so the paper is just a really nice insurance policy. Secondly, we want that rise and that sort of crispness. Now, with the mix, get your spatula, go all the way round. I don't want to see anything left in that bowl. Position the bowl over your tray, nice and carefully. Lovely. Don't leave that slice in the bowl. Nobody's licking that one. And then just take the back of the spatula, go into the corners, push, and come back into the middle. Turn the tray around, let it work to your advantage. Try and get it evenly positioned in the tray. If it goes in even, it cooks evenly. Make sure you smooth out the top of the blondie with the back of the spatula. And then into the oven. It's going to rise, it's nice and crisp. I want that soft gooiness in the center.
Bake your blondies at 180 degrees for 35 to 40 minutes.
That smells incredible. Got that crisp edge on the outside and that sort of soft, gooey centre. Leave that to cool down and it's going to sort of firm up and wrinkle, but it'll stay nice and gooey in the centre. Once it's cooled down, take it out and start slicing.
Mouth-watering blondies, a fantastic easy treat to have on hand for yourself or to share. Raspberry mille-feuille.
Desserts should always have that wow factor, and this dish is incredibly simple to prepare, but it tastes and looks absolutely stunning. First off, puff pastry. You can buy fabulous puff pastry. Now, a non-stick baking tray, and just lay the puff pastry on the tray. I want to get the top of the puff pastry caramelised, so we're going to dust it in icing sugar. Now, mille-feuille means 1,000 layers. Just lightly dust the top of the puff pastry with icing sugar. We're going to start off in a hot oven at 220 for the first 6 or 7 minutes, and then 10 minutes at 190 into the oven. Now for the filling. Fresh vanilla. Cream in and start whisking. Want the cream whisked nice and thick. But look, got all that nice, fresh vanilla seeds in there. Next, a nice scraping of orange zest, orange liqueur. Don't whisk that in, fold it in, and that stops the cream from separating. Lovely. Now, take that out of the bowl and put it into a piping bag. Unwrap over your hand in a way that you're creating this little pocket. Snip off the end, nozzle in, load up your bag. Just twist slowly. There's no air. The bag is nice and full and firm. Nice.
Chill your gorgeous vanilla and orange cream in the fridge until you're ready to pipe it.
Wow. That is beautiful. There's the layers there. That's the mille-feuille part. Gently lift it up onto the board. I'm gonna slice it into 3. Serrated edge knife. Whoa. Beautiful. Start deciding on how you're going to layer it. That bit there, that's nice and firm for my base. That's nice and decorative for the top, and that bit there for the middle. Take out your cream. And put a little touch of cream there, and that just sticks that down. Stops it from sliding. Pipe, very carefully, a nice thin layer of cream round the outside and come back into the middle. Beautiful. Now, the raspberries. Sit them 2 by 2. Now, this layer, I'll turn it upside down and put the caramelised part of the pastry on top of the raspberries. Every time I get to put one of these together, it's like a sort of little jewellery box. Again, cream. Squeeze from the back of the bag. So you've got control. The raspberries. 2 by 2. I just want to put another layer of cream on top of those raspberries because I want some height with my final layer. Whoa, I just want to dive in there. Put the lid on it. And push that down. There you have a beautiful, stunning, simple mille-feuille, a dessert to die for.
And like all the dishes in my ultimate cookery course, I guarantee it will taste as sensational as it looks. Caramelised figs with ricotta.
Slow cooking can also take desserts to a whole new level. A gentle, long cook can really bring out that wonderful, rich, sticky sweetness and that depth of flavour in fruits. These are black figs. They are suited to slow cooking, roasting, better than the green figs, because this outside skin is so durable. This is an amazing way of roasting figs, and it's so easy, yet so delicious.
Lay your figs out in rows.
Take some rosemary and just peel that down. Get that really nice fragrant stem. Get your scissors, trim the edge. Almost where you've got a bit of a sort of sharp point. Bring your 3 figs together and just thread the top of each fig nice and gently.
Rosemary works wonderfully with sweet dishes. As the figs roast in the oven, the stalk will impart a lovely, subtle flavour.
Beautiful.
Dust the figs with icing sugar, then coat them with a generous splash of balsamic vinegar.
Leave them to sit there for 5 minutes, and they sort of marinate.
I know it sounds odd to use vinegar in your dessert, but trust me, it gives the dish a fantastic sweet and sour taste.
I'm gonna make a really nice caramel. 4 or 5 tablespoons of sugar. Now, flatten that out and get it nice and even. When the sugar is even, caramel cooks evenly. It's changing now. You can see it melting from the outside in. The one thing you don't do is shake the pan rapidly. You see it almost like sort of a lake defrosting, and it's hitting to the center, bubbling. It's still not dark enough yet. It's getting there. Turn the gas down and stay in control.
Let the sugar melt until it turns a dark amber colour.
The secret behind any good caramel is just stopping it from overcooking. Lovely. Take that off the gas. Knob of butter in there. Just gently whisk in the butter. It's cooling the caramel down. You'll see it changing colour to like a cafe au lait.
Next, add a glug of the balsamic vinegar.
Nice. Beautiful. Got that nice, dark richness of the caramel. A little touch of water in there. That way the caramel doesn't go too thick.
Now put the caramel back on the heat.
Take your figs and sort of place them in gently. Lovely. And then just add all that lovely little marinade. Don't waste that. It's amazing stuff there. No. Icing sugar and balsamic vinegar. There's something so tasty. Baste those figs because the skin gets nice and crispy on the outside and the fig sort of just absorbs the caramel. It's delicious. So easy. Now, into the oven, 190 for 10 minutes. Almost doubled in size. Now look at the colour on them. The smell is incredible. Onto your plate. They're a lot heavier because they've actually started absorbing that caramel.
Now douse the figs with caramel and serve with ricotta cheese.
The freshness of that ricotta goes brilliantly well with the figs. I'm going to finish that now with some zest and then some little nibbed almonds and the rich, creamy jam texture of the fig with the ricotta. Okay, brilliant. That is an amazing way of slow roasting fruit and taking figs to a completely new level.